Andrew Mutupaka, how does that affect your plans?
Right now the one thing we'll do is Sean Huelskamp will start. We're taking right now potentially the red shirt off of Carson Leiden. Carson's had a great summer. Is ready to play. We just kind of wanted to get a couple of years in between him and Andrew because I think Carson can be a starter for us down the road. But he's going to have to step up quickly. But I feel good about Sean, and Carson's been repping. I've been repping him throughout all camp and even here up to leading up to this week as well. So he's been getting some reps with some of the in some team time and things of that nature. So I feel good about what those guys can do. Obviously, I hate it for Andrew. He played really well last week, much better than the first week, and I think he was starting to get ready to step up and have a big time here, and he still will. So we're hoping. I know it says anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. We're hoping it's going to be closer to 2 weeks than it is 4. But those other guys will step up and do a great job.
Would pulling the red shirt off Leiden, would that have been possible if he hadn't been here in the spring?
Well, it's just hard to say. I mean, you got, it's hard for a young guy to come in and play right away. So obviously in the spring, at the end of spring, he wasn't ready. But he's a guy that's very conscientious. It's very important to him. Did a great job this summer, not only in the weight room but in the film room, and preparing himself and going over all of his reads and his notes and all those type of things. And really has improved 100% from where he was in the spring. I'd dumped him down to a cone in the spring, he's. But I'm excited for him that he's going to be able to help this football team.
Do you remember the last time you played a true freshman at Mike? Have you ever played a true freshman?
I don't know if I've ever played a true freshman at Mike, and we'll see where he is right now. But we'll see where where he figures in. I mean, it'll be. I'm hoping Sean will do a great job, but we've got to have a great week of practice, and the plan will be pretty simple for those guys, but they'll do a good job for them. It's not just them running. We've got they got 10 other guys on the field that they'll do their part, and those other guys need to do theirs.
Sorry to make you do this again, but they make us wait downstairs. Who's starting it in the Mike spot?
Huelskamp, Sean Huelskamp, and then backing up will be Carson Leiden and Trent Young. Those will be the 3.
I know Sean got hurt last year, just played special teams. Give us a scouting report. What do you like about him?
Well, I mean, he reminds me a lot of Jack Tyler a little bit, from the standpoint of doesn't have the experience right now, but has the same makeup, very good football IQ. Smart kid, tough kid, can run and do some things, and did a nice job the other day filling in. Once he got into the flow of things there a little bit, he was a little nervous at first, but settled down, did a nice job. But I like what he's about. I was just saying Carson Leiden has improved 100% from where he was in the spring. He made a great preparation, and I felt like after a couple of weeks that he was ready to play, but also felt like I wanted to get a couple of years between him and Mutupaka. And unfortunately, it's not going to work that way, and it is what it is, and we'll move forward. But like I was saying, there's 10 other guys on the field, and these guys just need to do their job, but we've got to play very fast. We've got to play very physical. This is a physical group we're getting ready to play.
Now, are you limited at all with what you can do with your front seven because you don't have a guy who's making calls?
No, those guys have been making the calls. I mean, they make the calls too. I mean, that's what our Mike does. Right. So they make the right-left calls. They make ring-the-lucky calls. They do all those things too.
You feel just as confident.
Yeah, I mean that's been part of it. It's what they've been practicing all camp and all spring. That's what they do. That's what that position demands. So I have the same expectations of them as I did of Andrew.
That seems like a position where experience matters quite a bit. How tough is it for a true freshman like Leiden?
Yeah, it'll be tough. We were talking earlier. I mean, he'll be, I'm sure, hyped up when and if he gets his opportunity. But at the same time, he's got a week to get ready. He's been repping some with us, not on a regular basis, but some with us, and it's been in my meetings. So mentally, I think he's ready now. He's just got to get out there and do it. And he did a nice job today, and he'll be better tomorrow. But I feel good about those guys. We'll do it by committee if we need to. And like I said, they just need to do their job, and the other 10 guys do theirs, and we'll be fine.
the sack numbers not there for the ends, but
Right.
hurries, pressures. What have you seen? Are you happy with what you're getting there? Or?
Yeah. I mean, really, you hear or you say that you improve from game 1 to game 2. Well, what we did against Ohio State, we played 3 defensive linemen. We were playing double eagle, and like Bud said, they ran the football on 3rd down. They weren't gonna let us hit their quarterback. So really, we ran our package against Furman, and as we move forward, we'll continue to run our package. So really, I expect a lot of improvement from Furman to, this Purdue game. So, yeah, we're playing hard, playing fast. We hit the quarterback, I don't know, 15 times the other day. I mean, hit him and cut him in 2. I mean, he was letting it go. I mean, get it out of his hands. So, yeah, I'm pleased with the way we're playing, and just got to keep improving and keep, executing. That's the thing.
You talked a little bit about cut blocking on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, they cut more than what they showed coming into our game.
How are you guys health-wise from that? No, Ken.
Well, Ken got bent up really bad. Glad he's healthy. He practiced well today, but it looked terrible on film. Andrew got hurt on the same play. It was the same play, coincidentally. And I guess they thought maybe that would even the playing field. I'm not sure, but we did a pretty nice job, except for those ones that are kind of coming in when you're not squared up on the guy, coming in from the side a little bit. That happened with Ken. He had a guy on him and just kind of got bent up, and then Andrew his came from the side as well. So we stayed on our feet pretty well. We work on it. It was nothing like seeing it live though. But they did a lot more of it than what I had saw on film.
Sorry to go back, but Daddy, his hand, has it bothered him? Is he 100%?
I think he's in good shape.
And it's interesting to hear you say, their coach said he anticipates more of that bare front as opposed to your.
Well, with all the quarterback runs and the edge stuff, I mean, it's a great way to stop it. You got to leverage the football. That's part of our package. It's not everything we do. It was pretty limited to what we did, obviously, against Ohio State, but it's part of our package as we move, last year and stopping today's quarterback offenses,
Do they have that kind of a? I don't know their personnel. What
but they've got a kid. They don't. I mean, they don't run. The quarterback keeps the ball a fair amount, in their offense, but it's not quarterback counters and that kind of thing. It's more read the side and just your normal gun run option football, not anything. But they've got a backup quarterback that's very athletic, we understand, and he came in and played a little bit in the end of Indiana State. So we got to be able to make adjustments. We're going to get ready for what they have on video and through camp and through, like, we made adjustments the other day. I mean, everybody wants to run the quarterback counter like Duke did against us out here about 2 years ago, and that's a good football play, and we hadn't seen that on video against Furman, so we had to make some adjustments. And what they were doing, they got into a little bit more spread than what they had showed. But you got to be able to make adjustments on Saturday.
Things change for you having a new Mike linebacker next to you. What was that change for you, if at all?
Oh, you said me doing Mike linebacker?
Well, no. What does that change for you having somebody new playing next to you? At
I mean, even though we lost Drew, a big blow to the defense, Coach Frost always treat us like no matter what, you always want to play from being the guy. So we're never, we know, first team, second team, third team. But every single time we go to practice, you're the next player that was starting no matter what. Just like Drew happened, you can just be the next player. Sean had to come in, middle of the game, step up. He knew what he had to do. Coach Frost always going to jump on him no matter what. Get this right, get that right, downhill. But no matter what, you just got to step up and play the position.
What kind of a player is Sean? We don't know much about him, really.
I mean, he's a fly-around guy, just like Drew was. If you play Mike, you got to know your things. You got to be able to drop back. You got to be able to run down here. You got to be able to coverage. Sean can do all them things. He's just a little slower. Just because he's just getting into it, he's just playing his first game, all that. But you just got to just know your keys, play fast, and just don't let your mind tie up your feet. That's where he's at right now, where all of us started. But, you just got to get used to it, fight through it, play through it.
And they're talking about playing Carson What have you seen from him? Does he look like a kid that's maybe a little ahead of the curve?
Oh yeah, he definitely got the build to it, but he's way younger than Sean. So yeah, he's out in practice still messing up a lot. He know it just like we was in the locker room. He was just like, man, I don't want to watch film tomorrow because he messed up. So it's just learning. That's all he got to do. Just got to learn every single day.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, just if you're not in practice, if you're not like taking the reps, you always got to take mental reps every single day.
With all that uncertainty, do you find yourself fighting the urge to shade toward the middle of the field at all to try to pick up the slack at all for those guys? I know you can't necessarily do that when you got duties on the outside or whatever, but I mean, is there?
I mean, sometimes you like, oh, I want to get to the gap because the ball's going over there. But Coach Frost's defense, you can't play nobody else's position. You got to play yours because as soon as you go out your gap, there go the running back, wide receiver, quarterback shooting it right up your gap, and you're the one getting yelled at. You can go back to coach, but like, I tried to help him out. No, he's not trying to hear it. He's not trying to hear the help out. Just play yours and just do everything he's saying. Technique football.
You kind of
It was the first time you got in a game at linebacker this past week. What was going through your mind when you got out there?
I mean, I just realized I had to step up when someone comes down. Coach is always talking about how you got to prepare like you're the starter, and that's what I try to go in with every week. Felt a little nervous just with my first few reps, but as reps went along, I got a lot more comfortable with it.
You had a real good spring like in 2014, but you hurt your knee against Ohio State. How is your knee right now? How's it feel?
It feels great. Fantastic, and I think I know better than anyone. Injuries can happen anytime in this game, so I'm ready and prepared to play this week.
Tell us a little bit about your background. Being a walk-on, when did you first start getting recruited by Virginia Tech? What were your other options besides Virginia Tech?
So I got recruited my senior year of high school, just as a preferred walk-on, and really my only serious other option for me was to go to William & Mary on a scholarship. So I wanted to compete at a higher level, so I just chose Virginia Tech. I love it here now.